Hello, hello, everyone. It's your girl, Letitia, once again. Thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk About It with Letitia. Please remember to always subscribe and always check out our website at premiertaxga.com, where you get to learn a lot of great things about our company, upcoming events that we may be a part of, as well as subscribe to not only this YouTube channel, but check us out on Instagram and Facebook and all the other cool places that we actually have social media presence on. So today is going to be a little bit different from what you're used to seeing with me. I've been doing this for a little while, and the more I do it, the more I think about what is it that people would probably, want to hear and want to be able to learn, or what can they relate to? And I find one of the reasons why I am successful in business because people do business with people that they like and that they can relate to. So I had a conversation with my assistant and I talked about, let's do some case studies. And in this example, your girl is going to be the first case study. So again, reading my book, Let's Talk About It with Letitia, you will hear a little bit about this story in here. So I've had my business now for over 11 years. Now 11 years in business, and I actually worked the business 4 years part-time before I went and did it full-time. And I'm going to be honest with you, I was terrified. I was so afraid. I always felt like I had to have some other form of income coming in order for me to take care of my children. Now keep in mind, if you remember correctly when I said before, or even if some of you have already read the book, you will know that starting this business, I was actually separated from my spouse, going through a divorce, and I started the business throughout that whole entire process. But again, trying to figure out and find my way. So after being in the business for 4 years and doing it part-time, what actually made me decide to go full-time wasn't because I had a full-fledged plan and I just knew exactly what I was going to do. The last job I had, I hated it. Hated it, hated it, I hated it. It was the worst job ever. I hated everything about it. And the more I worked and the more I went to that job every single day, the more I hated it. And so I actually started that job in June. And by the time November came, I made my decision that, because they gave us benefits in terms of being able to get vacation and sick time, I planned out and I said, I am going to take a chance on me. And I am going to take vacation and sick time between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And at the end of the year, I am not coming back. Can I tell you that I was scared? Can I tell you that I had no idea of how I was going to work this business? But the reason why I decided to do it then is because you might have guessed it. Tax season was coming up in January. So while I didn't have a full-fledged plan, I did know that usually during tax season, and most people that do taxes know that you get what I would consider an increase in income because you're doing a lot of taxes during that time frame. So I not only bet on myself, but I also bet on the fact that I knew I was going to get this increase in revenue. And if I just played my cards right, that I would be able to stay full-time. Guess what? The very first month of the tax season, what I made in working 6 months at this part-time job, I made in that 1 month. When I tell you it was game changing, but it was a light bulb moment for me. It was like, wow, what would have happened if I had made this decision 4 years previously? What would have happened if I had bet on myself a long time ago? How much further along would I be at right now? Now, I'm not going to tell you that me making that month just solved all my problems, but what I can tell you is what it did is that it boosted my confidence. It made me not only bet on myself, but believe that I actually can do this full time and be able to make a living out of it. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I did not make 6 figures working full time in the business. Absolutely not. I don't don't remember if I even made $50,000. I'm pretty sure, because I can remember, I didn't. But what I did have is the strength, the confidence, the know-how, and the ability, and more importantly, the time, because I'm doing it full time, to bet on myself and to figure out all the things to do. Now, I'm not telling you this for you to do what I did. Please don't. Please make sure that before you leave your job that you do have a plan on how to be able to take care of your family. I have a client that did exactly that. Before she left her job, she actually found me on a website that I actually subscribed to get leads. And we did an initial consultation that I gave her 15 minutes free of no charge. She actually liked the information I gave her at the time, and then she decided that she wanted to talk to me more, so she paid for a regular 1-hour consulting appointment. What we did in that hour is that we actually talked about what is the job that she wanted to do in terms of the business, and how could she make a living in doing that. By the time we ended that call, an hour later, we had a plan. We knew how much money she needed to make to pay her bills. We knew how she was going to go about getting new contracts to be able to build her business. And not only of that, she actually hired me to actually help write the plan and start the business for her. Fast forward almost a year later, and she is extremely successful. She has hired me again to do her bookkeeping and accounting, as well as now recently doing her payroll. She has sustained and maintained a contract that she just received in the last 60 days that's going to pay her $40,000 a year over the course of the next 5 years. Yes, $40,000 a year over the next 5 years. Now, did I tell you that she only made $60,000 in her job? So just one contract alone is paying her almost what she made on her full-time job. But that was also because she bet on herself. She called me ahead of time. We had a conversation. We had a plan. I helped her with the business. And let me not forget to tell you that by the time she called me, she had already also had 6 months of her salary saved up, so that she could realistically come in and focus on doing her business full time and be able to maintain for a minimum of 6 months. What I can tell you is that I saw myself in her a little bit. Not so much that I had the plan that she had, but I did bet on myself. I did not have the plan, but I bet on myself, and here I am, 11 years in the business, now 8 years almost, 7.5, almost 8 years, it'll be 8 years in January of working this business full time, and I have yet to go back to corporate America. Now, I can't tell you that it's been easy, because it hasn't. It has not been easy at all. But what I can tell you, it has absolutely been worth it. So what I will tell you, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, it doesn't matter what I say or anybody else tell you, you have to bet on you. You know you better than anybody else does. You have to believe in your skills and your abilities. You have to believe that you can make a living out of whatever it is that you want to do. But more importantly, get the help that you need. Don't wait until it's too late. You're not going to have all the answers, and everything is not going to always go according to plan. But what you will have is a lot more happiness when you're doing something that you love. One of the things that I tell my clients all the time, do not chase money. Do not. You may chase money, and sometimes you may actually get a lot of it, but it is not going to make you happy. But if you are doing what you absolutely love to do, I promise you the money will find you. Thanks again for tuning in to this day's topics of Let's Talk About Letitia. Today we talked about being able to have a case study, and the case study today was your girl Letitia. I hope that you've learned something. Please remember to subscribe, and you can check out our website again at premiertaxga.com. And also our book, So You Think You Want to Be a Boss, is on Amazon, and you can also go to my website. And I tell everyone, if you go to my website and you purchase it there, one of the things that you will get is a 30-minute, not 15-minute, free consulting appointment with me, so that we can actually start to talk about what is it your dreams and your goals are, and let's help you make them a reality. Thanks again. Have a wonderful day.